Hello and welcome to Roll for Sanity, where we become mythos investigators in the world of Call of Cthulhu role-playing. And welcome to all the new investigators joining us since the last vid. Today, we're continuing our tour of the streets of London in Cthulhu by Gaslight, to round out our look at the classes by creating a lower class character. All too often, these people in class fell foul of the law by mistake, but there were those who saw how criminal enterprise can make them rich, or at least rich for the day. Let's create a Victorian ruffian and see what kind of investigator they will be. Our Victorian criminal will belong to the famous 40 Elephants underworld gang, where, in the heart of London, amidst the fog and gaslit streets, a unique formidable crime syndicate emerged. This all-female gang specialised in shoplifting, fraud and burglary, leaving an indelible mark on society. Their audacity not only challenged the law, but also defied the gender norms of the time. Economically, their activities posed a substantial threat to business. The gang's shoplifting sprees resulted in financial losses for store owners, who were often helpless against their cunning tactics. This led to increased security measures and a heightened awareness of shoplifting in general. In society, the gang's existence challenged the Victorian ideal of femininity. The 40 Elephants were not only criminals, but also symbols of female empowerment. Their ability to operate successfully in a male-dominated criminal underworld was a testament to their resources and resilience. How will our Gaslight investigator fit into this sisterhood of crime? Let's feed the dice to Cthulhu and roll for sanity.
Personal attributes.
Strength, 8. Dexterity, 13. Intelligence, 13. Constitution, 16. Appearance, 16. Power, 10. Size, 14. Education, 15. Luck, 16. To get our attribute scores, we take our dice rolls and multiply them by 5, so that's strength, 40. Dexterity, 65. Intelligence, 65. Constitution, 80. Appearance, 80. Power, 50. Size, 70. Education, 75. And a luck of 80. An amazing set of scores with a couple of near-pub level statistics. Based on those rolled attributes, let's look at the hit points, which is con added to size. We then divide the total by 10 to give our character a healthy 15 hit points. Strength and size come to less than 135, so there is no damage bonus. And our move rate is 7, as both our strength and dexterity is less than our size, which also gives us a build of 0. Sanity points are the same as our own POW, so 50, and a loss of 10 sanity points will be needed to send our character into indefinite insanity. Lastly, the age for our investigator will be 30 to prevent age affecting their attribute scores, and story-wise they will have had plenty of real-world experience.
Occupational skills.
On page 80 of the Cthulhu by Gaslight Handbook, we see the Victorian generic criminal or GNOFA as listed. The occupational skill points are education times 2, added to either strength or dexterity times 2. Our dex is higher, so we'll use that. The education score is 75 multiplied by 2 and added to our dexterity score of 65 multiplied by 2, which gives us 280 points to spend. Very nice. For characters we know a life on the streets and all its experiences can be as good as education from schools and universities. As ever, we start with credit rating. Let's put this to 30 for our criminal, as a certain level of income and savings allow her to spend time investigating the mythos. I think she'll be married, but her husband will be in prison rather than hung or transported, as we might have seen in Regency times. Top of the occupation skills for the criminal is disguise. I'm going to use my experience of playing Call of Cthulhu here and not put any points towards this skill, as calling for a disguise roll is a rarity. The next choice is our social skill, which is either Charm or Fast Talk. I'd like both, so I'll have to use my personal skill points for one later, but which to spend occupational points on. Fast Talk has a base of 5, making it the most expensive to buy. So as I have more occupational skill points than personal skill points, I'll use the occupational skill points here on Fast Talk. 50 points spent here. Next, we have the combat skill, Fighting Brawl. Our criminal has a good amount of hit points, meaning they can take a few scrapes and bruises. So a good level of fighting skill will help them give more than they take. So 35 points spent here, taking that to 60%. Locksmith skill is available, but we're not that kind of criminal, so no points spent here. Sleight of hand is next on our list of criminal skills, and 50 points invested here. We want our character to be as good as swiping a blouse in a department store as they are swiping the mythos tome from the cultist. To go with this, we have stealth on our list of occupational skills, 40 points spent here to slip away into the crowd. Spot hidden is on the list, which is an investigator core skill, 35 points spent here. Last skill on the list is a survival skill specialization in Street, which has a base of 10. I have some points left, so we'll use them here, but this is one I'll have to remember. I could skip this as I have skipped Disguise and Lockpick, as I doubt any keeper would naturally call for this skill in a game, so I'll have to be the one to suggest it. You see, often in a game the keeper may say, "What do you want to do?" knowing that they have a whole bunch of ways they can progress the game. By suggesting my character uses their survival specialization in Street, the keeper may be able to provide a clue in a way they had not thought of, and your character gets a nice role-playing moment as they use their street smarts to help the investigation along. You'll notice all skills are over 50%, as that reduces the chance of a fumble. Skills with 50% will fumble only when a 100 is rolled, but any skill below 50 fumbles on a roll of 96 to 100.
Personal skills.
We get twice our intelligence score to use as personal skills, and the first one we need to pick up is that second social skill, 45 points on Charm to back up our attractive character's appearance score. A good dexterity means a nice base dodge, and adding 28 points here takes a dodge skill to 60% to match her Fighting Brawl. On the softer side, our character has a great appearance score, providing a healthy base percentage for the skill of Reassure. This has a base of 1/5 of the character's appearance, so 16 to start with, and we'll add 34 points here to bring that to 50. Hopefully by now I've managed to get across that any Cthulhu by Gaslight or Regency era investigator should get this skill, as a successful roll can restore 3 sanity points to another player straight away, even pull them out of a bout of madness for a few minutes. With a few points I have left, I would usually look at psychology or occult, or even first aid, but I think our criminal would benefit from one of the physical skills like climb. Adding our last points to the base of 20 gives us a climb of 43, below the fumble threshold, but that's better than most people, should our criminal ever need to clamber down a drain pipe and get away.
The finishing touches.
We have assets of £300 for our lower class criminal. Their exploits bring in an annual income of £300, which is marked under cash. And her spending level is £2 and 10 shillings a day. To put that into perspective, she could purchase a camping basket and stove and cutlery for 6 people, as found on page 117 of the Investigator's Handbook. Gear and possessions, I think there will be a small wardrobe of nice outfits to impress those who she means to defraud or swindle, as well as a nice long coat with hidden pockets that even a regular spot hidden would miss. On a dangerous job, our criminal carries her carpet bag with a hidden compartment for her sawn-off shotgun. Remember folks, shotguns only do top damage at point-blank range. Everything else is 2d6 or even 1d6 at long range. Ask your keeper how far away you are from your target. Also, remember, if you're expecting trouble, have that firearm ready in your hands, as that's a bonus of 50 to your dex when the keeper is deciding who goes first in combat. You may remember Cthulhu by Gaslight introduced to the character sheet a whole section called My Story. The backstory elements do give you an idea of who the character is, but a section on what led them to where they are now I think is a great addition. Margaret Maggie O'Reilly ran away from the slums where she was born to the bright lights of London, where in the Elephant and Castle area of London she met her husband. Acting as a lookout, she helped with burglaries and established herself in the criminal underworld. When her man got caught, she met the members of the 40 Elephants and lent her talents to their shoplifting and fraudulent activities. Personal description? Maggie is very beautiful, with a stocky but agile physique, built for quick movements and endurance. Tattooed dots on her hand, made with Indian ink, are the secret sign of her allegiance to the gang. Traits. On page 101 of the Cthulhu by Gaslight Investigator's Guide, we're going to choose the White Knight trait, where Maggie just can't help coming to the rescue. Ideology and beliefs. Maggie does go to church, as faith is very important in Victorian society for all classes, but she does have a fatalistic approach to life. What's meant to be will be, and everything happens for a reason. Does she think God is guiding her, or is there something darker out there? Injuries and scars? Nothing visible? Significant people. She has her husband, but she also has a close bond with the Queen of the 40 Elephants, Alice Diamond. Phobias? None yet. Meaningful locations? We'll say the Harrods tea shop, where Maggie realised that she was in charge of her own destiny by pinching some silver cutlery. Arcane tomes and spells? Maggie isn't even aware those kind of books exist. Treasured possessions? A Roman coin, which her husband gave to her. Encounters with the strange? Of course. Maggie was in a well-to-do cafe looking for a criminal opportunity when she spied a man with a bag very similar to her own. It would be very easy to switch the two. She saw her chance when the man paid, so switched bags and left the premises into the fog. Opening the bag, Maggie got more than she bargained for, as inside was an eldritch nightmare that still haunts her today. The Cthulhu by Gaslight world has so much to explore, so make sure you subscribe as we continue our look into this era. And do take a look at the sanity-restoring pastimes for your Victorian characters. Please feel free to visit the blog at www.rollforsanity.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll roll for sanity again soon.